Oh, maybe we won't.
We're
So
live.
we are. So welcome back to the Northern Nerd Network. My name is Dan Shessel, and today on the Nerdcast we have Trina. You can say hello.
Hi.
And make noise because
Make
people,
noise.
people will need to listen to you.
Sidebar for one quick second. Is that sort of what we're officially calling it now? The Nerdcast?
Well,
I like that. I like that name. I think we should keep it.
I am going to go with the Northern Nerdcast. That's the full title. We did. I did do a lot of deliberation while I was sick the last week. I didn't do much.
Call it deliberation.
Yeah. A lot of sitting on the couch thinking about what we will call this thing. And yes, Nerdcast is the Northern Nerdcast is what we will probably end up calling it.
I like it. I like it a lot.
And that other voice that you hear in the background is none other than Chelsea.
Hi guys.
You don't have a lower third with my name on it.
No, I don't. I could add your name in here. Hang on. So, Chelsea, how was your week?
Yeah. My week was good. It was pretty mellow. Just working. Yeah, hanging out. I worked a 48-hour shift, but I got today off and stuffed my face at family Thanksgiving dinner. It was kind of an epic mealtime. It was great.
That's awesome.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving!
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Taking time out of your feasting.
Are you kidding? Nerds chatting is the perfect accompaniment to turkey dinner.
This,
Obviously.
Oh, hang on. I don't know. Anyways, what you stop it.
I fix it. I fix it. I fixed
Okay.
it.
All right. For Trina and I, we did some little bit of board gaming.
We did, and you also got sick, and that sucked for me.
Yes.
More than you.
Well, getting sick for me is not fun.
No, of course.
We
did do some board gaming.
Yeah, we did end up doing some board gaming on what was it? Wednesday night?
Yeah.
Wednesday night we did. We finally got to play Battlestar Galactica. Finally.
Right.
I've been trying to
How
play the game forever.
How's that?
It is amazing. It is so good.
It took forever, though.
It took forever, and we only kind of made it halfway through the game. But
I got to be a Cylon. And
That sounds like
Cylon.
the Game of Thrones board game takes forever.
it does.
And the gameplay mechanisms itself, like the parts of the turn,
Yeah.
it's a little bit convoluted and confusing, but if you can get the hang of it, it's pretty fun. But yes, that's another one that takes a long time. But Battlestar Galactica board game, yes.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it is really good. You have, the hidden Cylons in there, so you don't know who. You're all trying to work together for one goal, except for there's people who are there trying to work against you, and you just don't know who they are, and so you can.
There the posters hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can throw them in the break if you think they're Cylon. It was a lot of fun. I had a really good time playing that game.
It was
Sweet.
good.
Yes.
What was the other one we played with the guns?
The other one.
Foam
Oh,
guns.
that was. Oh, which one was that one?
I don't know, I just said foam guns.
It had some foam gun. Now it's gonna drive me crazy because I know what it is.
Google it for you.
Yeah. Basically, what this game is each person gets a foam gun, and you get some click and some
Cash and Guns? Is that
Cash
what
and
it's
Guns.
called?
Yeah, maybe Cash and Guns Second Edition. And you get some click cards and some bang cards, and there's 8 rounds in the entire game, and so you get 8 of these cards.
Yes,
And
Cash and Guns.
yeah, that's the one. And what you do is basically everybody at the start of the round, everyone points their gun at somebody, and one person's the mob boss, and he can move your gun to another person. So if he doesn't like who you're pointing him at, and he really wants to get somebody out, or if he wants to maybe
Not get killed himself.
maybe not get killed himself, he'll move one person's gun around, and then basically you can have the opportunity to back out or to continue on. And right in front of everybody there's some loot at the end of the round. So if you really want to get that loot, you may want to stay in. But if it's not all that great, and you got a whole lot of guns pointing at you, you might want to back out. And you don't get any penalized for that, but you will if you do get shot. You can't pick up anything, and if you back out, you can't pick up anything. And so basically at the end of everybody's pointing all these guns at everybody, and one of those cards, whatever you lay down, is either going to be a click or it's going to be a bang, and you're going to either shoot the other person across from you, and it is a lot of fun.
Oh, logic puzzling, right? How well you know the person across the table from you if you think they will actually shoot you or not at that stage in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I think I won at least once. So,
Sweet.
what else did we do this week? Anything?
We went out for dinner.
We did some Thanksgiving dinners in the last few weeks.
2 nights ago. We also got a chance to play another board game, which was King of Tokyo. And I
that's so much fun.
I don't know if I talked about that on this podcast, but we did pick up.
You have yet?
It was fun.
And it is a really, really fun game. It's so easy to teach people, how to play this game. And so
the rules are so simple, and the turn-taking mechanism is so easy. It's great, and the game can go you can play multiple games in
a night.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, and even my mom, I played with her.
It's a game you can play with your mom, the whole family.
It really is. You can really teach it to anybody, and everybody who I've played it with just loves this game. We don't have any of the expansions quite yet for it, but I really do want to get them at some point.
In the original pack, what are the monsters you can choose from?
You can get Cyber Bunny.
Yeah, the giant robot Cyber Bunny.
Yeah, there's a Kraken.
Yeah.
The Mega Mecha Dragon.
Right. Yeah, the armored dragon.
Yes, that's the one I usually play. There's some sort of Godzilla-esque
type thing.
Yeah. There's some sort of King Kong type character as well.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of there's 6 of them.
There's one more, yeah.
It's a cool game.
Oh, and the Alienoid.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. And then the expansion has...
The expansion has costumes.
Yeah.
So you fight over these costumes, and each...
Just give you bonuses and powers.
Yeah. It sounds like a lot of fun. So yeah, no, that's what we played. We played King of Tokyo, which we picked up. We picked up Pandemic as well, and we played a couple rounds of that just with me and Trina here, and that's a really good game too.
So hard to win that game.
It is really
good. Yep.
Even on the easiest setting, it's so hard to win that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played with 4 characters between the 2 of us to win.
Yeah. But super fun.
Moving on to news.
Yes. Ooh, news items. Woohoo! All right. This week in the news, starting us off, movie news. Movie news number 1. Lego Batman will be getting his very own movie.
Are they going to use the song "Everything is Batman"?
I don't know.
Yeah, they are using the actual voice. What's his name?
Adam West?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, they're using what's his name from the movie, from the Lego movie.
The guy that played Batman in the Lego
Will
movie?
Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett, who voiced Batman in the Lego movie, will be voicing him again in the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah.
targeted for a 2017 release. Well, that'll be cool. I enjoyed Will Arnett's Lego Batman. He was a very amusing part of the Lego movie, so that works.
The guy that played Batman in the Lego.
Will Arnett.
Yeah, Will Arnett.
Are you trying to watch us at the same time?
Yeah, no, I didn't try to do that. I was seeing how come the Q&A thing didn't work. But whatever. Oh, there's.
Hey, there's our audience. Hello, audience. We now have the Q&A portion working. If you have any Q or A, if you want to answer.
So when we select this, everybody else can see this right now. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay. All right. So yes.
Movie news item number 2.
Yes.
There is a potential Labyrinth sequel in the works. Presently in talks, in pre-production, in planning at the Jim Henson Company. Possibly. This is all speculation at the moment, but
I am very excited.
That would be amazing.
If it's
the Labyrinth sequel would be rad.
If it's the Jim Henson Company, then they're going to be using Muppets, which is the way to be doing this movie.
Yeah. Or any movie, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Movie. I mean, even in Star Wars, right? Like, they're using a lot of animatronics that are, Jim Henson made. And they look really good so far, what I've seen. So, I mean, I can only imagine what's going to happen with the Labyrinth movie.
Well, the big question with this is whether or not either David Bowie or Jennifer, if this did go ahead and become an actual thing, whether or not either Jennifer Connelly or David Bowie would come back and reprise their roles, or the script they came up with, if they would even be in the script. So that's sort of the big question right now. I kind of feel like you couldn't have a Labyrinth sequel without David Bowie in some capacity. I mean,
you would think that they would have something.
Labyrinth without David Bowie in a mullet and a skin-tight catsuit. So there's that.
Meow.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
So yes, that's our movie news for this week. Moving on, we've got a news item. A news item from around town.
Yes.
The TELUS World of Science is currently hosting the Indiana Jones and the Adventure of Archaeology exhibition. All kinds of cool archaeological artifacts, plus props, etc., from all of the movies. That's happening at the TELUS World of Science right now. Let me pull up the link and see when it runs until.
They usually have it there for quite a while, don't they?
Yeah, most exhibits they have there for at least a month. This
it's open on Saturday, October 11th.
All right.
That was 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was 2 days.
Yeah, it'll probably be around into.
There you go. Till April 6th.
Into November.
Yeah.
Check out the TELUS World of Science page for more details. That's what I'll say.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
And there was another archaeological news today.
Yeah, pretty cool article. Actual archaeological news.
Yes.
They found a Bronze Age dagger in Denmark. It's got a wooden handle and a flint blade, and it's dated approximately at 3,000 years old. And the amazing thing is that the wooden handle is intact, that it's survived, it hasn't biodegraded. So it's really cool.
That is really cool.
Weapons that old, to find a weapon that old and in the condition that it's in, it's amazing.
So I am putting that link up into our feed right now, so people can check that out if they want to go and take a look at that. I just found out that you can do that.
Well, of Google.
So yes, for the people who are actually physically watching this, I don't know if this will work or not for other things, but yes, you guys can check that out if you'd like to learn more about that specific item.
Fair.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty nice though. Like, that's quite old.
Yeah, well, and it really is, I mean, quite amazing to me anyway, the part that they're so excited about. And, I mean, Bronze Age finds are always a big deal because something lasting that long, but the condition of this, especially because it had the wooden handle and the wooden handle is intact, like, that's insane that it didn't completely disintegrate. So that's really cool.
Next item.
Moving on. Ooh, back to some more local news and events. So, a group that exists in the city that we've talked about before on the show, the Knights of the Northern Realm, are hosting a 14th century living history class this coming Saturday, October the 18th at King Edward Hall from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. It'll be... class includes a club overview, instruction on 14th century armor, arms, artifacts, clothing, feasts, and hierarchy, historical 8 and English 5 short sword work, and Germanic longsword work. So you get a little bit of the history, and then they actually hand you some weapons. And you can go over some cuts and parries and stuff with English and German short sword and longsword, which is pretty cool. So maybe, Dan, if you want to post that link up.
I just did.
Because it's a link to their Facebook page, and so it has more information about the event, the address, the cost, all that kind of stuff. So, go sword fighting! Woohoo!
And if you continue on with their classes, you can actually be knighted.
And invited to join
Yeah.
the Knights of the Northern Realm. Yeah. Because who doesn't want to be a knight in real life?
They do let ladies fight.
Yep.
All right, so that link just went up a little while ago. There's the archaeology one for other people.
Yay, technology!
Yeah, I'm still.
We're down one viewer. What happened to our other
I
viewer?
don't know.
They were like, oh, sword fighting.
So what's next?
Next, we've got a couple more local news items, more activities. These ones are Halloween themed, happening down at Fort Edmonton Park. The first one actually looks pretty rad. It is the Rocky Mountain Horror Picture Show double feature. So, happening October 23rd at the Capitol Theater inside Fort Edmonton Park. They're showing a double feature of super old school horror movies. The original House of Wax from 1953 and Horror of Dracula from 1958. So if you want to go and get your horror movie old school style.
Yeah, when they were released, yeah. I went down opening day for these two movies.
Yeah.
Because you're Dracula.
Yeah, no, because I am Dracula. That's fine.
So yeah, you can check out the Fort Edmonton Park website for more information on the show times and to buy tickets and stuff like that. But super old school horror movie double feature down in Fort Edmonton Park, which is pretty cool. The second event that Fort Edmonton has going on is their annual Spooktacular, happening the weekend before Halloween and then Halloween evening. I believe the dates are the 25th and 26th of October and then the 23rd. Oh, 24th and 25th of October and the 31st. Yeah, so they've got that old-style fairground that they've got with the super old-school carnival rides and stuff. They've got that all done up with creepy carnies. And
I can only imagine how scary that place would be.
We stayed over there one night at the hotel for a wedding, and we got like free access to the park at night, and we drove around, and it was pretty spooky, just on its own at night. So
the park itself, yeah, no, and they'll have it all done up. Apparently, they're gonna have ghost stories around bonfires at a couple different places around the park. They've got one house done up, kind of like A haunted house where you can visit the corpse bride and her grieving groom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Not really my thing.
the 24th, 25th, and 31st. Again, you can visit the Vornet Edmonton Park website for more information about that.
And that link is up on our video at the moment.
And it also says they have a family-friendly nights and also adults only. So
It also
Kids
says
or-
don't forget to dress appropriately.
Yeah, because let's face it, folks, this is Edmonton, and I think in the entire history of my childhood, there was maybe like 2 Halloweens that I didn't wear a snowsuit under my Halloween costume. So if you're going to go wander around and have a good time, make sure you do it and don't freeze, because that
Maybe
would be a
spandex that night.
Sexy Olaf. Did you see that link?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Anyways, on to the next one.
I believe this is our last news item for this week,
Looks
which
like-
is really cool. So there is a local actor, improver, personality in town, Mark Muir. Many people who live in town will be familiar with his name. Will have seen him in plays and shows and theater sports and stuff around town.
And if you're an avid video gamer, you'll probably recognize his name from such things as Mass Effect.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
That's done voice
It's a little tiny game that that was made here, that had him star as a fairly predominant character in the game.
Yeah, just the main guy. That's it.
Yeah, that's all.
I believe those of you who went to the Edmonton Comic Convention, he also had a panel at the expo about breaking into voice over work. So there was that.
He also was
So-
the tiny
Plastic Man.
as well.
Mhm.
I think he was in that panel as well. I'm not sure. I think he was.
So along those lines, there's been a new. My understanding is that it's originally released as a PC game for Windows, Mac, and Linux, and they'll be moving depending on how well it does on those platforms, potentially moving to other platforms. A new video game called The Long Dark, which is a survival game in Canada's north. So realistic survival, you have to find food, find shelter, keep from freezing to death, keep from, set in Canada's north. And some of the characters are going to be voiced by Mark Muir, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Number one, that we have a local talent voicing the characters. Number two, that it's a video game set in Canada's north. Yes!
Scary.
And really, how often is that going to happen?
Never.
Never.
I'm surprised it's happening right now.
Well, I don't know. Canada's North is getting a lot of play recently. Tusk has come out in theaters,
Yes.
which is the new Kevin Smith horror-esque movie. It's also set in Canada's North, about a crazy recluse.
Well, there's so much space. People are afraid of space.
So actually, that one's on my list of movies to see.
And seals.
This is Kevin Smith and Canada's North. Who doesn't love that combination?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Hooray! News items.
Hey, all done.
So that was all our news items, yeah.
So, what's next?
What's the topic for this evening, Dan?
So for this week, we are all talking about TV.
Ooh, I like TV.
Fall TV. Fall
Yes,
TV.
all TV, and what we're excited for, what TV shows are upcoming that really kind of just excites us all.
Or doesn't.
If you're sitting out there watching us live, send in your top favorites as well, and we'll post those as we go.
Which we appreciate. Because as we're about to discuss, there's plenty of TV that you could be watching right now instead of watching us live. So
Exactly.
tune in instead.
But that's what PVRs are for.
Yes, this is true.
Or pirating stuff.
Well,
Anyway.
Or the internet.
Or the internet. So before that, actually, we were just talking about something today. I guess the networks have stopped airing Saturday morning cartoons, which is kind of a sad TV news
Yes.
article.
What?
Yeah, they're no longer. They don't have any more Saturday morning cartoons on any kind of network. That era.
My
is
question
over.
would be, what's being aired in their place? What
Probably
demographic are they hoping to reach with whatever that's being replaced
Kids
with?
are not waking up on Saturday morning to watch cartoons anymore.
They can watch cartoons
They
whenever
can
they
watch
want.
cartoons whenever they want. They got internet,
Netflix.
Netflix, all these other different methods of watching TV now, and they just don't. They don't want to.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It's a sad day.
a thing of our, when we were growing up, you would wake up really early on Saturday morning to catch all those, great TV shows. Your kids nowadays aren't
A
getting.
little bit later on Saturday, I remember when it wasn't global, it used to be ITV would show the cartoon roundup on like partway through Saturday afternoon, and it was like Darkwing Duck and the Rescue Rangers, Gargoyles and the Gummy Bears.
Yep. I remember those days. Okay, I did watch those cartoons.
Yeah. But I mean, He-Man was on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Astro Boy. There's so much great
Super old school Hercules.
watching during those times, and they were all geared towards you buying more toys.
Yeah.
While your parents were sleeping.
Well, I suppose
comes up and like,
remedy to that.
yes.
Every few months at the Garneau on 109th, they have a Saturday morning cartoon morning where they show super old school movies. You can buy tickets and show up, and they have like cold cereal in the lobby, and you can come in your pajamas and have like Count Chocula and watch super old school cartoons.
That sounds amazing.
Visit the Garneau website and check out their calendar and find out when their next Saturday morning cartoons are. There was one.
The Garneau is absolutely amazing. They do so many cool stuff over there.
Yeah.
So many cool stuff.
Well, they have they did all the superheroes. All right, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they do runs. They do like retro family movie night too.
Yeah.
They do all kinds of stuff. Check out their calendar, Garneau Theater. It's pretty awesome. They've got all kinds of stuff there, so including Saturday morning cartoons.
Yep.
Oh, that's a little sad.
That is very, very sad. Yes, gummy bears.
Gargoyles, man. The Gargoyles, they were my favorite.
We could seriously have a whole
Retro.
podcast on like TV shows that we used to watch when we were kids.
Yeah, the Gargoyles and Batman the Animated Series.
Yes.
That's on Netflix.
I'm watching
Never compare to
on
Batman
Netflix
the
now.
Animated Series.
Yes, from the 90s there. That's still the best Batman series.
We are currently answering a question.
Yes.
Ooh,
Are we going to address the question that's being asked?
let's do it.
Well, I don't know if that's actually a
Is that-
question.
Or
I just posted it up.
Can you
'cause
see
it's more of
that?
a
Joe?
comment. If you go into your tab on the side there,
Yeah,
there's
the
a
Q&A icon.
Yeah. You'll see all the questions. So anyways, what is one of your favorite TV shows that you're looking for?
I don't know. I think Aaron has a very relevant question. Trina, why don't you have glasses on the top of your head? Dan and I do.
Because my vision is 2015, which is better than 2020. So I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're so fancy.
I don't. These are actually sunglasses
Because he's just that cool.
because I wear my sunglasses at night.
My glasses are actual glasses, but I need them to see far away and not close up. Hence why they're living on my head right now and not on my face. Aaron, to answer your other question, that is about David Bowie and Jennifer Connelly. That is sort of the big area of speculation happening right now. Well, it's all in talks. They don't know if they'll be back or not. I don't even think there's a script yet. So, but in my opinion, it's not Labyrinth without David Bowie. So it would be nice if he would come back.
Yes.
Anyways, back to TV.
Fall TV, fall TV.
What were you most excited for?
Well, I've got returning shows that I'm really excited about. I mean, there's a whole schwack of new shows, particularly superhero-themed shows that look pretty good. But there are a couple returning shows that I was really excited about. I'm a Supernatural fan. I've watched all of the seasons in their entirety, so I was really excited for the season 10 premiere. So that happened last week.
Yep.
On Tuesday night, which is cool. So we'll see what they do with this season. It's kind of fun. It's been a while since, I mean, they kind of put Sam through the ringer. There's season after season where he's kind of the bad one or shitty stuff is happening to him. And it's been a while since Dean has sort of had that roll of the dice. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that this season. Okay, so spoilers, and for those who don't watch the show or don't care, at the end of last season, Dean died after accepting the Mark of Cain to kill the Queen of Hell, and as a result of that, after he died, the Mark of Cain possessed his soul, and now Dean's a demon. What the what? So that's what's happening.
So we must interject here and say this is the spoiler alert portion. If you haven't watched TV for the last couple of weeks, you may want to get on that because we may throw a few spoilers on there. We have another question from Aaron. I think I'm the only one who's excited about Elsa and Anna being on Once Upon a Time. Aaron, I will be, except I am almost on season 3, so I will catch up to you in a few weeks.
Once Upon a Time is another one of the shows that I follow that I was excited to come back for. So yeah, it's. I was also interested to see what they would do for that.
I still haven't watched Frozen, so I may be the only person on this planet who hasn't watched Frozen. I don't know why.
Because you weren't home.
I wasn't home when everybody else watched it. I don't know.
You should do it. It's worth a watch.
Well, I'm sure it is, but
we don't own it.
We don't own it, and so therefore I don't watch it.
He's too busy watching Star Wars.
Yeah, so many different Star Wars things to watch.
Be a pirate, Dad.
Be a pirate.
That's what the internet is for. Wait a second. I shouldn't be saying that out loud.
Anyways, yes. I'm excited for Once Upon a Time, but I have to catch up because I'm almost done on Netflix because I just started this summer. But I am enjoying it so far.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
I have not watched it.
No, you watched about 5 minutes of it and went, what? He's who's dad and what's going on?
Yeah, I know.
I'm also really excited for more Walking Dead. The season premiere, that was last night. I haven't watched it yet. I have it downloaded. My roommate and I are going to watch it as soon as this podcast is done.
Then I won't comment, but it was intense. And I almost...
Which show?
Walking Dead. I teared up a little.
Oh, yeah.
There was a part where I teared up as a mother. Couldn't help it.
The first 4 minutes has been floating around Facebook for a few days, so I watched that, and I was like, damn!
It is such an intense television show, and it is so good. So good.
Yeah, that show, watching that show, you exist in a, perpetual state of, never any moment.
There's no downtime.
That's what commercials are for.
Just like that.
Yeah. Forward. Okay, phew. Zombies! You know what I like about that show? They've never once called them zombies. They're always walkers or lame brains or they have a million names for them, but never ever have they called them zombies.
No. There's no official term for them. It's just whatever people call them. And every different group that they come across, they have a different name for the walkers, which is a really good twist to it.
Yeah.
I really love that show. It took
It
a
was
while.
pretty intense.
It took a while to convince Trina to sit there and actually sit down and watch the show with me. But once I did, she
We
got
just
into it.
Netflixed it like last year, so
Yeah.
we're latecomers to a lot of TV. Not so much anymore. In the last, having children in the last few years, we kind of missed out on some
Yeah,
stuff.
we missed a few shows.
Now we're catching up on
That's why Netflix and PVRs are a wonderful thing, because you can just let a whole bunch cash up and then sit on your couch and watch.
I'm kind of glad I binged on the Walking Dead there, because I mean it was so good. You're like, I can't wait till the next episode. Oh wait, guess what? I can.
Here's next episode.
There's
And
the
then it's
next
like
one.
midnight. Like,
That's the only thing about regular season TV is having to wait week to week.
Yes.
Ugh. What a horrible thing to complain about. Oh, it's so awful. I have to wait to sit on my couch and watch
It's
these
almost like you're watching TV live. You're like, oh, I gotta sit through the commercials. What am I doing to myself? Why am I doing this?
Yep.
I should have just PVR'd it and just
We're so
fast
spoiled.
forward through the commercials.
Anyways, what about what else have we watched?
The one show that I'll hold off on the one show I'm really, really excited for. We saw one episode already, but the one show that kind of ties in with my favorite show that
Oh, I wonder what it could be.
is Arrow. Arrow, I've gotten into Arrow for the last few seasons.
You watched from
From the very beginning for this one. Arrow is such a great show. I can't explain how the way that they handle everything in the show, like all the characters, all the rogue gallery for them, everything is really well handled, and even the effects that they use in the show are really good.
You know, okay, spoiler alert, I don't like Oliver and Felicity together. I'm sorry, I don't. I don't know what it is.
It's on my list of shows to watch. I haven't watched any, but I have heard that writing-wise they do a good job of stitching together backstories really well.
They really do.
Yeah.
And
That you
when
get
it was
they do a
competing
good job of
against
putting
stuff like that, like directly against Shield, it was definitely beating the crap out of Shield there for quite a while.
Yeah.
I still think Arrow's still above Shield, but
Agents of Shield.
Agents of Shield, yeah. But at the same time, like it's so good. Like
Definitely watch it.
definitely, it's one of my definite high picks of the TV shows to be watching right now.
Of the returning shows.
Yes, of the returning shows. Now, I am going to go into this one right here. Yes. The Flash. Now, The Flash is now on TV, which is a spin-off from Arrow. And it premiered, what was it, last week? And so good. There was so many little Easter eggs throughout the whole entire thing. There was one little section, and yes, if you haven't watched the season premiere, I'm going to spoil some things here right now. There was a part where you see Gorilla Grodd's cage in there. Yes, and they have like the thing up there on our question thing, the Infinite Earths reference in the Flash. Yeah, I mean there were so many moments in that show that were so good and so. It was so good. I can't. The effects were amazing. His speed was really.
He was speedy.
Yeah. Everything was amazing. It's such a great show.
The Flash was...
The Flash was fast?
Yeah.
What is going on?
I know. I don't know, man. It was okay.
I'm sorry. The Flash is just. If you are not watching The Flash, or if you're a little hesitant about the CW, like, and all the pretty people in it, still go watch it. It is. Yeah, this is CW. Like that's what the whole CW is.
Is it really?
Do you not notice all the pretty people in Arrow?
Yeah.
Everybody is like gorgeous.
I'm allowed to look.
Oh, true.
No, I don't have a problem with pretty people.
But that's the CW. The CW is like all just pretty people relationships. Even when they were doing like Smallville and stuff like that, it's all the pretty people. That's what it is. But yeah, it is such a great show.
I'm gonna answer this question. Yes.
I think it's the nature of the times. I mean, the audiences are educated, right? They're all fans of the original lore that exists in the comic books.
Yeah.
So they can't really half-ass the writing. They can't. They just can't anymore.
No.
So
The other thing is like
they're producing
a lot of his
good quality stories. Because if they don't, the shows will die. The fans will eat them alive.
Yeah. The thing is, they can use a lot of good special effects now that they didn't have access to before. That can display a lot of their superpowers in different ways, and actually, showcase that more. Like, there's a lot more to the Flash than just running. He's got a lot of different abilities that he can do, and
really, I thought he just ran.
no. You will learn.
I'm getting my eyes rolled. Getting an eye roll here. Can I go back to Arrow and the pretty people for a minute?
Yes.
Oliver and Felicity. I think that's why Felicity bugs me. She's supposed to be like the geeky, nerdy tech girl, and she's got her geeky glasses on, and then like 5 minutes later she's a bombshell. That's what bugs me. She shouldn't be that pretty. I mean, not that tech girls can't be pretty, but her character was portrayed as, the geeky, nerdy, tech girl next door, and then all of a sudden she turns around and she's this hot bombshell.
Sure.
Anyway.
Okay, whatever.
Pretty people.
It's the CW.
So
that's the whole premise of their network.
Yes. What do you guys think about The Big Bang Theory? This season, have you seen it?
I haven't watched in ages. When I moved back to town, I stopped having regular television, and I have fallen off Netflixing it, etc. Because I'm a horrible, horrible couch potato. The list of things that I watch and want to watch is exponentially growing all the time. I have so much TV on my list, it's a bit disgusting. And so that's kind of fallen off. I haven't watched the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't...
You just don't like what's-her-name's haircut.
I hate her haircut. I'm sorry. No.
Who got a haircut?
Penny got a bob.
Penny got a haircut?
Penny got a haircut, and I don't know. I'm going to ignore that comment.
It has destroyed Kaylee Cuoco's beauty?
Yes, it has. No, not that it destroyed her beauty, I don't like it. It's a very personal...
The haircut that forever tainted the show for you.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm not the only one that doesn't like the haircut. There are Facebook groups about not liking the haircut.
Hair and it'll grow back. That's the fun thing.
No, I think this show, it's a good show and I enjoy it, but I think it's getting...
It is what it is for what it is.
Yeah.
Getting to the point where maybe it should be winding down.
Well, and it won't.
They've mined and tapped a lot of the potential that's there, and now they might.
I don't think that they've done that. I think there's a lot that they can do still. The other thing is with the nature of the show, like I said, it's geared towards mainstream people, where it was supposed to be like a geek TV show.
It was a show about
geeks.
I don't know if it was really geared for geeks.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's one of those shows that it's very mainstream, right? And so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's definitely not. It's not if you are a nerd or geek, you can still get enjoyment out of it. But at the same time, it's one of those shows where it's not for.
Your mom likes it.
Yeah, my mom likes it. It's for everybody, right?
Yeah. Which isn't a bad thing.
No.
I think what it's done, I mean,
For what it's done is fantastic.
it's a bridger, right? It's this is a little taste of geek and nerd culture for those people who may not have otherwise known half of this stuff existed, which is great. Because if that gains popularity, then that opens the door for more fan-centric shows to exist, right? To go delve heavily into the lore and the writing, like you are mentioning The Flash has done. So,
like, it's nice that it's showcasing a lot of the culture as it is. Like, a lot of people don't realize that people still go buy comics.
Yeah. Some people more than others.
Yeah. Anyways.
Have you seen Gotham?
I have not, but that's at the top of my list.
You know, I wasn't impressed. I must say, I watched the first 2 episodes, and I just didn't do it for me.
I'm really interested in watching it to see for myself. The main complaints that I've heard are that Gordon's still too young, and the kids, young villains, are too old. That they need.
The age
older,
kind
and
of
the young villains needed to be even younger.
Yeah, and I feel something about the way the characters were played. They were very much like cartoons, almost. Like, they almost went too far. Like, it was trying to be serious, but then these characters are played to the nth degree, almost. Whereas, like, Gordon was
He's a very serious cop.
Serious act. You know, you could tell he was, like, the serious character, and he took his role seriously. And then there's the guy that plays the Penguin, who's crazy insane.
Which I like his character as a whole.
I just think it's over the top. A lot of the characters I found were over the top, especially the bad guys.
Yeah, a lot of the bad guys are kind of over the top.
Mm-hmm.
The people that they had on a few weeks ago were kind of like bumbling idiots.
Stupid.
And it was just, it was good and it's bad. Like, I have my reservations about the show as a whole, but at the same time, it's still
show to watch.
It's a show to watch. I kind of like to see the Falcones and all the others, the crime bosses and everybody, how they make their moves and stuff like that. Like, that's interesting to me, but
it's not really interesting to me.
I don't know how it's all going to play
out. Yes, Aaron.
Well, I read an article the other day. They've ordered a full 22 episodes, so we'll see if, it's still fairly new. We'll see if between the actors and the writers they can kind of settle into, right? Yeah. Right now it's still new enough that they're all kind of still trying to grasp their characters and make them their own and settle into them. Yeah. So we'll see if by mid-season they've managed to hit that stride or if they're still having issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like that's the same thing with S.H.I.E.L.D. too, right?
Yeah.
Like it took a while for S.H.I.E.L.D. to kind of get settled into their roles.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm still
and to figure out what they were doing and well, as soon as Captain America hit, I really believe that they took a big
I like that they tied it together.
Yeah, they tied it together and it's taken a big corner and it's really good now. I really enjoy it.
This season
speaking of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., this is a ways off. We're talking about fall TV, but I believe it's in the works now to come out as part of the summer TV season as a bridger, the history of how S.H.I.E.L.D. got started, Agent Carter. Yeah. And, oh, God, what's her name? The actress who played Agent Carter in Captain America.
They did a flashback in the last episode there with her in it.
Is signed on to play, so it's going to be her, following her in the early days of building S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's going to be a summer series. So that should be cool.
Yeah.
That will be cool. Yeah, Peggy Carter, and the Howling Commandos, it's got to be good. So yeah, no, that's a good show. That'll be something to look forward to in the summertime. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to there, Chelsea?
Well, more returning shows that I've kind of fallen off, but would like to sort of catch back up on. And I don't even know if it's been renewed again, but I watched Revolution for a while, and I really liked the concept of that show. It had its flaws here and there, but I would like to catch up with it. if it's still airing.
I can check for you.
Yeah, thanks.
So anyway, speaking of S.H.I.E.L.D. would be one of those other TV shows that we're looking forward to this year.
Yes, speaking of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched the first season, so...
I like the end of the first season, but I don't know, this season is just kind of...
I like this season.
I feel like it's a little slow.
It might be slow, but still, like, what do you expect from them? Everything's destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good series on its own. I really do enjoy it. The characters are really good. I like how they're introducing a lot more people this year. That is not just quite this really mismatched team that didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Last season, this season, they're adding a few more people to kind of round it out a little more. Yeah, I like it. I like what they're doing with it.
I don't believe Revolution's coming back. Sorry.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything. I figured it might have gotten an axe. It was... I was a fan of the show because conceptually it made complete sense, the types of societies that the world reverted to with no electricity. I really appreciated that, reverting to steam power, reverting to carrying swords as your main type of weapon. I liked those concepts. I thought that was cool. So I know that there are maybe a season and a half left that exists that I haven't watched, so I might catch up on that.
What other show are we seeing? Oh! Just before we came up here, we watched a new TV show.
Down here.
Well, down here.
We're in the basement.
Yeah, we're in the basement. Before we came here, we watched a TV show. It's actually the movie version of it. I think the TV show starting next week on Monday. And that is Star Wars Rebels. Now, Star Wars Rebels is the new show that's happening 5 years after Episode 3 and a little bit before Episode 4.
It was after the Clone Wars.
It's after the Clone Wars. It's after everything. It's just before Episode 4. It's about a few years before Episode 4.
And it's a cartoon.
Or 5 years before.
It's animated, sorry.
It is an animated show. The movie that we saw this morning, or this afternoon, was really good. I really did enjoy it, and they really did, set up this whole season with this movie. It was only about an hour long, and it was really good. They have a Jedi that's kind of hidden. He just revealed himself to everybody. And a young apprentice now. So really, really cool show, cool premise, cool. And it's really all about them setting up the rebellion from the ground up. So
now, where can one watch this, Dan?
This is on Disney XD on Monday nights at 8.
Is it on Family Channel as well? Or no?
Have you heard, are there any plans for it to be on Netflix, etc.? Because I know all of the Star Wars Clone Wars cartoons are now on Netflix.
DVDs in the store of the
DVD is the movie.
The movie.
Yeah. It also has some extra features on the movie, so there's extra shorts on there as well.
But the series just starts.
The series is just starting.
So it wouldn't be on Netflix yet.
No, it wouldn't be on Netflix. But I'm assuming that more than likely it will get picked up on Netflix, because Netflix likes to pay for stuff on there.
Oh, speaking of amazing cartoons, I was recently introduced to a cartoon that's amazing, based on a comic book.
That's nice.
Season 1. And I believe Season 2 is forthcoming. About a cop who finds an axe and becomes Axe Cop. So it's based on this comic book that's created and written by, at the time, a 5-year-old boy and his brother, who was 28, who was a working comic book illustrator, award-winning comic book illustrator.
And I couldn't remember the name.
And so in all of their times like playing together, his little brother would come up with all of these like crazy stories surrounding Axe Cop. One day they were playing cops, and the little kid picked up a plastic axe and a plastic like school recorder and turned to his brother and was like, "Okay, so we're gonna play cops. Do you want to be Axe Cop or do you want to be Flute Cop?" And thus the comic book was born. He recorded all of the stories and drew panels to match them, and it started as a webcomic, and then it was published as an actual comic book, and now it's been turned into a cartoon. And the voice of Axe Cop is Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. And it's hilarious and amazing and the most absurd thing I've watched in ages, and I laugh out loud, and it's awesome. So you
so much like if you go to like I don't know any comic book store, you'll see tons of Axe Cop stuff.
Yeah, it's great.
All over the place. There's I think one of the Munchkins games is an Axe Cop game. There's so many different things that are Axe Cop themed.
So yes, it was introduced to me recently, and I'm so thankful because it's hilarious and amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
All right, do we have anything upcoming for the next few weeks, or?
Yes. What is our next? Keep talking.
I don't know if it has a theme yet.
Okay, well, comic book related. I took your advice and read all of Sex Criminals.
Did you?
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Awesome.
I mean, anybody that like stops time by orgasming,
yeah,
be an awesome superpower to have.
Now, I read it online, and I found the compendium version that's volumes 1 through 4. Is that all that currently exists, or is there more?
There's 8 in total.
Okay, all right. I'll have to go hunting then.
Mm-hmm. You can borrow them.
I'm done the first 4, up to where the like, basically frozen orgasm time cops stop them from robbing the bank.
Yep. Yeah.
I really enjoy how he handles the characters. Like it's not just the fact that it's like this dirty humor all the way through the book. It's actually
is your penis glowing?
Yeah. Dirty humor.
I think that's my favorite line in the entire comic. Is your penis glowing?
Well, I love all the different sex positions. Like
yeah.
Brimper really made a big splash on everybody. There's shirts with Brimper on them, all sorts of different things, and it's basically because it's code, right? Like nobody knows what Brimper actually means unless you know what the book is, right? So if you have a Brimper shirt, you know that person is reading Sex Criminals.
Yeah.
So yeah. Very, very.
You know,
very
the
good.
one thing I was thinking about that comic is for them to go into that world, they would have to come at the same time. That's a skill.
That is a skill.
Anyways, that may be a little too.
Oh, also, Kegel face. Made my laugh
That's
out loud.
Yeah. Okay, we have another viewer comment.
Dark Horse is working on Archie versus Predator.
Really?
I cannot comment because I don't know
What
if that's
now?
awesome. They did an awesome job with Afterlife for the Archie. I heard a ton of great stuff from that. But yeah, Archie versus Predator. That sounds amazing. How can it not be amazing?
I don't know how it would work. Archie has no superpowers.
Who cares? Nobody has superpowers against Predator anyways.
Okay. Drive his
You don't
jalopy
watch
into it.
too much scary movies
No,
anyway.
I don't. So, coming up next time.
Next time, Monday, October 27th.
We actually don't know. We don't know what is going to be next week's. Or
All right.
It was either going to be the Essentials or a comic book cast. I don't know.
Join us next time.
Join us next time.
Mystery surprise night.
Woohoo!
On the Northern Nerdcast.
Yes.
With possible
with the
special
actual
guests.
name. It'll be the Northern Nerdcast in 2 weeks. So yeah.
And possible special guests.
And possible special guests.
Celebrity special.
It's a whole night of surprises.
Yes, it
A
will
whole
be.
night of surprises. So,
Well, I have a link here now for the.
the aliens.
Yeah, you should
And
just
then
send it on the. It looks awesome.
Can we get it on here somehow?
No, I can't do it because he didn't send. You should
It's on
send it.
Facebook, though. You can-
Yeah,
it's on Facebook.
no, I didn't send it on Facebook. Whatever.
Anyways, Archie versus Predator.
Yes. All right. So we don't. I am going to in the next little bit here. I'm going to be starting to put up all the podcasts up onto the calendar. I do promise I will do that. I will also put up all the new podcasts, live events into the YouTube channel as well. So you guys will be able to check all that kind of stuff right on our channel, and we will have like a whole list of them coming up here in the next little while. However, we are going to be taking a break soon, so for Christmas break.
Aw, yeah. Sam and Chelsea
So
are.
early. It's not even Halloween yet. God damn it.
I know. Have you started shopping yet? You gotta
Yeah.
get on that.
Yeah, that's the scariest thing about Halloween is that Christmas is right around the corner. And with 2 kids, that's even scarier now for us.
I have started Christmas shopping.
It's not so bad with the little one, right? Like the 1-year-old, because he doesn't realize what's going on. But the 4-year-old or soon to be
crazy.
5-year-old will know what's going on. He's very much got his list already planned out in his head.
He told me he wants Infinity, and he told me if it was on sale, I should just buy it.
Yeah, because there's a new Marvel Infinity game out, right? And he
There's a
really
whole
wants
new-
that.
Yeah.
He
You
wants
should
to.
just buy it, Mom.
Just
You
buy
should
it. If
Mom.
it's on
If
sale,
it's on
Mommy,
sale.
you just buy it. That's what you do. If stuff's on sale, you buy it.
Yeah. He knows the routine, right?
That's my fault for telling him you can't have it. It's not on sale.
Child logic. Therefore, if it is on sale, that means I get it?
Yeah, pretty much. That one backfired.
Yeah.
Anyways,
So anyways, so check out our calendar at northernnerd.com/calendar, and there you'll find all our events that we will be doing. Plus, we will put up any kind of events that are going on around the city as well.
so the stuff you talked about in the news.
So the stuff we'll talk about in the news, we should probably put up there. I am just so bad with that calendar. I gotta get onto that thing. I apologize. I will get onto it. I will. Also, what is everybody working on? Trina, what are you working on? Okay, Chelsea, what are you working on?
Back to work. We are in full swing of the fall calendar, so I'm working a regular schedule with the clients that I support. Lots of activities in the community, which is kind of fun. We get out and we do swimming and track walking out at Short Park at the place. We've got a cooking class happening once a week and all kinds of fun stuff. We're hoping, sort of fall-wise, to track down some Saskatoons and maybe make some Saskatoon pie or crumble with our next cooking class next week. So that's what's on my docket.
I am going to try and get us some more interviews.
That would be good.
Okay. That's what I'll work on.
We are lacking in interviews right now, so we should go talk to some people around the city again.
Anyone have any suggestions?
Send us any suggestion you have to northernnerdnetwork@gmail.com.
Or you can find us on Facebook
Yeah.
or Twitter.
You can find us on Facebook on facebook.com /
Please slash.
I think it's Northern Nerd Network.
It's right there. It's Northern Nerd.
Northern Nerd. Oh, there it is. Just Northern Nerd. Facebook.com/Northern Nerd. You can find us on Twitter at Northern_Nerd. You can also find us on our website, which is northernnerd.com, and on the Pulp Press as well.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Of course, YouTube. That's where we have all our phenomenal type videos we produce up on our channel on the YouTube page, which is youtube.com/Northern Nerd Network. And yes, subscribe while you're there, because that makes happy us. Yes. It is getting late.
And on that note, we shall leave now.
Bye, everybody.
I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys on.
And thanks for our live listeners and watchers, and thanks to everybody who posted questions. And yeah.
Yes.
Till next time.
Have a good night.
Next time.
Till next time.